G'day trendsetters, I am John with Gravel Cyclist. Nothing stops time. Isn't that the truth? I remember a time when I was wrinkle-free and more youthful than I look today. What the f happened? Oh, g'day dog. Time Bicycles was founded way back in 1987, and that is an eternity in time when you think about the changes and developments in carbon fiber, particularly the manufacturing and production. Personally, I've never owned a Time bicycle, but I've always admired their beauty and in particular, their unique methods of construction. What the hell is going on today? If you desire to learn more about Time bicycles, please visit, I can't focus with these dogs around the place. If you desire to learn more about Time bicycles, be sure to visit their website linked on screen or in the description below. Now it's time to discuss and see what's inside this massive box by Bike Flights. It is a variant of the Time ADHX 45. If you're a regular viewer of this fine YouTube channel or a visitor to my website and social media, etc., you'll likely have seen my video feature on the original Time ADHX that I covered during the 2022 Philly Bike Expo. That bike was quite controversial, didn't have a lot of tyre clearance, and realistically, it's an all-road bike. But Time has upped the ante and the tyre clearance with the ADHX 45 inside this box. So without further claptrap, let's get it out of the box and see how it looks. And here it is, trendsetters, the Time ADHX 45. I'll unwrap it momentarily for your viewing pleasure. It has been shipped to me sans wheels. I specifically asked for that. I have a pair of wheels I'm going to install onto the bike. More on that in a moment. And in case you're wondering, it's a balmy 50 degrees here in North Central Florida. Bloody hell. And here we go, the Time ADHX 45 unwrapped. And pardon any background noises you might be hearing, there is an active construction zone over that way somewhere. This beautiful Time is kitted out with SRAM's fantastic Force ETAP Access Wide, which means 4330 on the 2x crankset, paired to a 10-36 cassette, which is out of camera shot at the moment. The colorway, this is known as gloss silver, but I heard it on good authority from Time. This is actually a Porsche color known as Porsche China Grey. Good taste right there. It also resembles a Dodge Challenger Scat Pack color known as Smoke Show. Love that color. I love bicycle companies who derive inspiration from the motoring industry. It's always good seeing some crossover, especially with some of the liveries and paint options. With that said, if this livery doesn't float your boat, there are several to choose from. You can check them out on the Time Bicycles website. Alternatively, you can purchase this frame completely bare of paint and ready to paint in your own design. Go wild and crazy. Hello again. The frame's material is BCX carbon fiber, Dyneema enhanced. If that sounds familiar, that's very similar to the technology used by Bird in their Bird spoke wheels. In fact, let's grab the wheels I'm going to use with this bike. Here they are, the Bird Sparrow gravel wheel sets with Dyneema spokes. It's going to be a perfect match for this beautiful bike. Stating the obvious, there's a lot of integration happening on this bike, so you have to be sure that your position is well dialed before committing to this bicycle. I've mentioned this in another video. There are many drawbacks to an integrated front end, maintenance being one of them, so let's hope this bike plays well. With that said, I'd like to thank Dustin from Time for working with me on being rather flexible with this bike's configuration. Typically, this bike is specified with an FSA AGX carbon fiber handlebar, which features a flare. I'm not a huge fan of the flare, and I had to take into account a narrower handlebar because this bike is accompanying me on a trip, which I'll cover shortly. Long story short, there's a compact drop FSA K-Force handlebar, fitted to the bike right now, and all the cables are obviously internalized through the FSA ACR system. The fork is tapered from 1.1 to 1.5 inches, and obviously everything is hidden from view. It's a very clever system, and I have a video concerning FSA ACR. It's linked in the description below. This bike is capable of running 2 wheel sizes, 700C, and the wheel size you don't hear a whole bunch about nowadays, 650B, which I think is still very relevant. In fact, you can check out my video on 650B's relevance, linked in the description below. Tyre clearance is 700C by 45mm and 650B by 50mm, but obviously that's going to depend on your tyre and rim combination. The bottom bracket standard is BB386, which is not going to please everybody, but in my experience it has played well. I've reviewed several bikes with this standard, and thus far I've had no excessive creaking or other issues. Despite all this integration happening on the ADHX 45, the seat post is a round 27.2mm design. Absolutely love that. Whilst those aero seat posts look cool, they generally rely on a rather annoying clamping mechanism, which usually drives me insane. Sizing wise, this is a size small with a 539mm top tube. Don't forget that sizing is personal. What works for me may not work for you. I found myself between sizes, so between the small and the medium. But in that circumstance, I will typically choose the smaller size and run a longer stem. So I have a 110mm stem here, and I am going to use a setback seat post on this bicycle. And if you're wondering what these packages are here, to my right, brake rotors, SRAM E-tap charger, etc. And of course, the 10-36 cassette, brand new in the box for this bicycle. I especially want to thank once again Dustin and the build crew at Time. The build crew assembled this bicycle in record time because I'm on a serious time crunch. Not long after this video, I'm departing from my Aussie homeland. I haven't been to Australia for over 4 years. It's time to head home, see my family, and do some fantastic riding. And this bicycle is the machine that's going to accompany me for the long-term review. Also joining me is the Lady Gravel Cyclist. Cannot wait. With that said, between now and the review appearing, I'll be posting a lot of teaser images and potentially some little reel type videos to my social media entities, namely on Facebook and Instagram. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that sort of stuff if you haven't already, to see this bike in action in the land down under. So that's it for now, a quick sneak peek, so to speak, of the beautiful Time ADHX 45. Designed for the gravelly roads, less traveled and beyond. As always, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel for interesting product feature videos such as this one. No bullshit. Gravel bike reviews, other product reviews, ride experience videos, and of course, general madness. What the hell does this thing do? Press clutch pedal and push button to start. As all of it is released to the channel, I'll see you in the next video.